In the 50s, when a small company called Pilkington invented what was to become the way of manufacturing sheet glass, it transformed them into one of the world's largest glass makers. That was one international success. Now they're attempting another. Their entry is a glass coating process that has enabled them to break the stranglehold of the Far East in one small but highly profitable corner of the electronics industry.
Imagine you're a world leader in glass making. Your glass is everywhere, even the Pope buys it. Can you see where your next market lies? Well, there's not much demand for crystal balls, but what about liquid crystal displays?
Well, they may not look that exciting, but until recently, the special glass needed to make them could only be produced in the Far East. Pilkington, our next finalist, decided to change all that. It's become the first company in the world to mass produce this particular type of glass.
There are billions of LCDs made each year. All those little bits of glass would add up if you knew how to make them.
It's surprisingly hard to make LCD glass. Try using any old ordinary glass, and it doesn't stay like that for very long. The numbers go all fuzzy. Let me show you the problem. If I take an ordinary piece of glass and heat it, you see that orange glow? Just like a street lamp, isn't it? Well, that's the colour of sodium. In an LCD, the sodium oozes out of the glass into the liquid crystals, poisoning them. But look what happens if I turn the glass over the other side. See? No orange. And that's because it's coated with an invisible layer of silica which stops the sodium from leaking out.
Now that silica coating is normally done on cold pieces of glass, but Pilkington is taking a different tack.
There are 2,000 tons of molten glass in this furnace, and they're going to be coated just down there when they're still red hot.
As the layer of glass slides through this chamber, a cocktail of gases is sprayed onto its surface to form the silica coating.
Now, the practicalities of the technique are a closely guarded secret, but we can show you how the principle works in the lab.
We're going to heat up this piece of glass in a tube and let in some gas. For this demonstration, we're going to make a reflective coating instead of the invisible silica layer. If it works, my reflection should get clearer.
There. It's really changing. Look at that, just like a mirror. The reflective coat has bonded with the glass.
It's the same technique that allows them to apply the silica layer. And now Pilkington has begun to churn out LCD glass on an unprecedented scale. That's the reason for all the secrecy. If the Japanese companies were able to make coated glass at this rate, the niche that this British company has carved in the market would vanish overnight.
Here's a piece of glass hot off the production line. Let's put it to the test and see if the coating works. This should sort it out. Right, here goes. Look at that. Pure, unadulterated blue. Brilliant.
So, those are the finalists. Who do you think will be the winner?